Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengal Fan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, repping the Bengals for the AFC Northerners. Like I said in my last video, I don't like to do a lot of paralysis by analysis, so we waited until the preseason was over so we could talk about what we know and not speculate. So let's talk about the last 3 weeks now that all the meaningful preseason has occurred. Next week's game means absolutely nothing. I mean, we're playing the Colts 10 days later, so we're not going to play any starters, and we're certainly not going to show anything in terms of scheming and game plan. So there's specific position battles you might want to watch, or a certain person you're watching. You can watch the game, but that's all that game is going to be for. Week 1, week 3. The ones looked very crisp. Today, they looked amazing. Hopefully, the team we saw today, first half in Buffalo, is who we see week 1 because they really got after the quarterback, and Andy Dalton was just on fire today. I think at one point he had 3 incompletions, but there were 2 drops. So he was just dropping dimes. John Ross, first offensive play of the game for the Bengals, gets behind the secondary and Andy Dalton hits him. He puts a little move on and gets in the end zone. That's something we want to see often this season. So hopefully that's a preview of coming attractions for us. The defense, let's talk about them. They looked amazing. 5 sacks in the first half, could have been more. We had some near sacks, some hurries. We have an amazing stable of stud defensive linemen. This is going to be a team that gets after people. I think Andrew Luck has to be nervous about week 1 after seeing what he saw today, or when he sees the footage of what we can do today. And that was against the Bills' starting offensive line, so they've got some issues. Apparently, they had a similar week last week against the Browns. So, but our defensive line especially just looks absolutely amazing. We don't even have Tez playing. How is this defense going to look when Tez joins them after the suspension? I can't wait. This is a top 10, possibly a top 5 defense. I'm really, really, really pleased with what we saw. With the offense, the offensive line is coming together, and it looks a lot better than it did last year. Is it the best line in the league? No, it's not. But the left side looks very good, and the right side is still a work in progress. Last week in Dallas, we were forcing the ball behind the right side, and they were bringing in different combinations of linemen. But basically, Hart and Agbuehi were getting their asses kicked last week in Dallas. So it's a work in progress. Even today, think about it. Mixon tried a couple runs in the first quarter behind the right side of the line and didn't have a lot of room. When Giovanni Bernard ran behind the left side of the line, he had 2 first down 10-yard carries for first down. So you can see the difference between the right and the left side of the line. And like I said, preseason's for experimenting. So it was okay what happened in Dallas. That's what preseason's for. So the entire ones looked flat in Dallas, where they were sharp today and they came to play. So I'm really, really, as a Bengal fan, you have to be encouraged, especially by what you saw today out of the first team offense and the first team defense and that defensive line. Like I said, a stable of studs that are going to pressure the quarterback and get after people this year. So really exciting. The another takeaway I had from today was there was no offensive penalties in the first half. I don't know. We may have even played the entire first half penalty free, but I know we had no offensive penalties, and that means no holding penalties, no false starts, none of the stuff that kind of plagued us early on when people were questioning whether Price would be ready to play. Well, I think he's ready. I think from the center on down the left side, they look good. Little scare with Cordy Glenn. Saw him on the sideline for most of the first half. He was still in pads. He was still talking. It looked like maybe he got a stinger, and as a precaution, they took him out of the game. So I'm okay with that. So I'm not getting too alarmed about the fact that he was pulled because of a shoulder injury, because he wasn't in the locker room getting x-rays or anything like that. So he stayed there, and you could see him talking to people. His body language said he wasn't hurt. So other comments about the preseason, obviously Auden Tate has had his moments. He's looked very good. Josh Malone has looked good. This is the reason why Brandon LaFell asked for his release. And he asked for his release, and we did him a favor so he could maybe land on another team. But he looked around the wide receiver room, and he knew he wasn't going to make the team. So, and that was because of the play of guys like Auden Tate, Josh Malone, and obviously Alex Erickson, who has his big contributions on special teams as well. So, that was other people that have stepped up. Hubbard has looked very good in the preseason. So I've been really pleased with what we saw. After today, you have to be excited about week 1, about this defensive line putting a beat down on Andrew Luck. He's going to be rusty. They have an improved offensive line, but it's not going to keep out these guys. I think we really, really get after Andrew Luck on week 1, and it's a long day for him. Welcome back to the NFL, Andrew Luck, but you're not going to get your first win against us in week 1. We're going to take you down. So I'm really, really looking forward to week 1. I think most Bengal fans are after what they saw today. And I will continue to put up preview videos and post-game comment videos as long as we're getting the views. I don't know what the other guys are doing. I've said I see the comments from the Steeler and the Raven guys. You know, we got 2 Steeler guys, we got 3 Ravens guys. You haven't gotten one video out of any of them in this offseason, so I really don't know what to tell you. But I will continue to cover the Bengals, as I always have. If you like what you see, please hit the button and subscribe. And possibly when the season starts, maybe the other teams might get some videos up. Don't know. Once again, that's a work in progress. Consider me the left side of the line, and the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers would be the right side of the line, which is a work in progress, to say the least. So with that, I want to wish everybody a happy and healthy Labor Day weekend coming up next week. And I want to give you a big hoo-day, woo, hoo-day. And remember, go to Five Line Tavern on Colorado to meet up with the Bengals West crowd. I will be there for the Week 2 Thursday night game. I know there were some people there today. And I will sign off as I always do. Until we win a playoff game, fuck Marvin Lewis. And until we get back to the Super Bowl, fuck Mike Brown. Have a good week, everybody.